I think Mr. Vijay Kumar has given too much of background, and he also said I should talk something about SEMA. He said in the end, I don't know much about it. My knowledge about the SEMA only it was during last year when Vijay Kumar came and met me, and today again he is responsible to bring me here. As it says 37 years, I think the last we stayed together in Adoni was exactly 37 years back. In 1978, we left Adoni. I left Adoni. Also, I don't know, he also would have left by then. He was my, we were roommates. And I really won't know much about SEMA, except whatever I heard here. So, first of all, I must give a caution here. Vijay Kumar has taken a huge risk, I think, in some way, because I am not a speaker on public forums as such, because I come from a village, so I fancy myself to be a farmer. A farmer is not a speaker in that sense. There is a story that there was a farmer in a village. He's a very good farmer, very successful farmer. He is known for his excellent yields of the crop. So his name spread across the district. And somebody came to him to ask, can you please teach me? I come here for a day. But he said, you have to stay with me. I can't teach anything, but you can learn. You work with me for 2 crops at least. No, I have no time. I need to go. Then he pointed out to a building next to his farm, which is Agricultural University. He said, you can go to that university, there are professors. They can talk about farming. You better decide whether you want to work with me. Okay, I will work with you. How do I work? Okay, you come and stay with me. That night he took him to sleep with him in the cattle shed. Cattle shed, the farmer is so passionate about his work, about the care he takes care of the land, of all the cattle, and the people who work in the farm. He is very passionate about it. For him, it's a way of living. It is not just a means of living. So all this, this new person has to learn. But early morning, when they woke up in the morning, he said, now let us clean the dung, he said. So that's all very strange for him, So the farmers, I have a great, let us say, understanding. Whatever Vijay Kumar said, as I was very touched by the teachings of Jiddu Krishnamurti. So the best I can do is I can share my understanding of life in general and the journey, whatever he was referring to as I am my mobile. I would like to just share some thoughts and rather my experiences, not my, just words, what I have gone through in this thing in the form of this farmer and, professors and also anger managers. You see, the mobile phone, that how it has spread into our lives, deep inside our lives. It actually, you can't leave home without a mobile phone today. Without mobile phone, you feel paralyzed. So I think all of you know that mobile phone is used extensively even for sending marriage invitation cards. People are sending marriage invitations. But it's become, it has made our lives very, very mechanical. Recently I got a message that inviting me to attend a marriage function of somebody's son. I hardly knew him. But I got a message. Next day I got another message to attend. I just ignored. I didn't go because I don't know him much. The marriage was on Saturday. Sunday I got another message saying, thank you very much for attending the marriage. Your presence made the day most memorable, he said. This is the superficial life we ultimately come to lead. When we misplace the technology, the relationship with the technology is highly misplaced. So ultimately this becomes very virtual and very, very illusory. I don't know him. He says my presence there made his day memorable, he said. Oh my God. So this is how mechanically we have become. If you look at it, from an angle of a farmer who cares for the land, who really feels for all that. So whereas he is feeling he touches the soil with his hands and does all the work, which is his living, but the generations have gone in a direction where things have become very, very illusory. So, taking this example, I will say that my journey has been more that of a farmer, though I was not a farmer. Why I say that I am a farmer, is like that of a farmer is, this is the learnings I have got in the light of the teachings of J.D. Krishnamurti, is that you are also like a farmer if at all you understand the workings of your operations of your mind. Your mind is like a farm, that is where the soil, that is the soil. Whatever you do in your life is based on the workings of your mind. You know, like if you take one example, anger or any emotion for that matter, that anger is, when you get angry, you are not aware that we are angry, but only after some time we realize we were angry. By the time already I have slapped somebody or hurt somebody. So what do I do now? You know, if at all you are aware, as the anger is arising, if you are aware that is it possible for us to end the anger there, or even if you are not aware at that moment, even if you can at least revisit at the end of the day, like you replay the, you know, like in cricket you replay the shot when the catch is taken and the slips. A naked eye, a regular spectator cannot make out, but the slip fielder has taken it. So you replay it. When you replay, you can watch it slowly. At least if you can do that, maybe there could be some order in life. So in this way, the mind, the state of the mind, which is like the soil, where the anger, jealousy, hurt, whatever it is taking roots there. It is taking roots and growing. That is causing the disorder, I think. So this is how it looks like. So we have, you know, my whole journey has been based on this. And it is only, for me, the IMI Mobile was not a means of livelihood. It is my life. It was my way of living, actually. It was not different for me. And we never looked at what is the outcome, what I am getting out of this. We just worked at it. And he was asking, somebody was here from SEMA was asking me to say something about entrepreneurship. Because as most of you people are in services industry, not entrepreneurship, I can only share these thoughts with you. Actually, my journey was, for me the journey was the reward. Reward is not at the end of journey. If you get a reward at the end of journey, what do you do with it? By that time you might have already become old and gone. So it has no value. So you must enjoy what you're doing. Unless you enjoy what you're doing, you are not going to, you know, make a good entrepreneur, I would say. Entrepreneur is an outward expression, but doing what you love doing is very important. You know, like that, you know, I have come across many people who come and ask me about this kind of, you know, let us say advice. They think I'm a successful entrepreneur. They think, I don't think all that, but they think and ask me. And, you know, I just ask, why are you doing this? He says, sir, I'm starting an idea. I got this idea. I want to do this, this business, like in America, this and that. I said, why are you doing it? He would say, because of you, he says. What do you mean? Inspired by you. Oh my God, I thought I'm posing a big danger to his life. That's how I would do it. First of all, one should discover why one is doing what one is doing. Without that, there is no basis of our journey at all. So this is, you know, this kind of a relation we establish between the farmers work on the farm and anybody's, for that matter, anybody, whatever he is doing, whether he is doing an entrepreneur or is a government employee or is it he is in a public service or he is an artist, whatever it is, unless he understands the operations of his mind, I think there is disorder within and also disorder outside. Thank you very much.